Welcome to Longevity Spaces. On this channel, we're going to dedicate all our efforts and resources to the 60 and better community and helping you not just to live longer, but to have more quality of life in those years. As you saw in the pictures and the slides just before, about 20 seconds ago, it showed some people who were just functioning at a high level, who was living their best life. And yes, they're all 65 and better, in fact. And how would I know that? Because they're my clients. I've had the pleasure of being in the health and wellness business for the last 3 decades. And I can tell you, it's taught me a lot of valuable lessons. I learned a lot of interesting things and theories in undergraduate and graduate school, but the real lessons, the real rubber meeting the road happen through training the thousands of clients that I've had the privilege to train over those years. They taught me a lot about what was really important, why they were exercising, and what the meaning of it is. And that's what we're going to talk about a little bit today as we unload and help you to understand the 4 keys that really open the doors to you having longevity and the health span to go with it. So without further ado, number 1, you got to get stronger. You got to put on some muscle if at all possible. I'm 60 years old. And for a long time, I felt like a bit of an imposter in trying to give or solicit any advice in this area because I wasn't there personally. Though my clients were teaching me valuable lessons, I was watching the amazing results that we were getting together. And I had plenty to share all along, but I just was a little reluctant to try to tell someone else how to do something when I'm not living in their shoes. Although I've lived alongside my clients as they've experienced the challenges and the benefits and wins of how you make life better after 60. So getting stronger is super important. In fact, it is one of the 2 things that's most correlated to you being able to reduce all-cause mortality across the board. It is the thing that's going to help you to be independent in your later years, allow you to stay in your home and not have to downsize and move to a place that is absent of stairs. It will allow you to still pursue your bucket list, to be able to check off the boxes for all the big important trips that you wanted to take, things you wanted to do. It will allow you to still get out and spend time with your friends, meet up and gather. Things like that are hugely important. It will allow you to feel safe as you navigate your home, getting up and down out of chairs, stairs, and otherwise. That's number 1. Today, I'm just going to make you aware of these things. And why these 4 things? There are many other things that you could do, but I'm going to talk about the 4 that I believe that you could take advantage of today and do something to make a difference in that journey towards better health. Number 2, might catch you a little bit off guard, but in the people that I've talked about earlier that I've had the pleasure of training that you saw in the video, community. That would be my number 2. Because when you're part of a community, when you have somewhere to go, when you have somewhere to go, people to meet up with, things to do, something on your agenda that gets you out of bed, that excites you every morning, that makes a huge difference in your activity level, in your opportunity to use the muscles of your body to put pressure and load on your bones, and being active and keeping your mind sharp. So that to me is your number 2 hack. In fact, if you've gotten any value out of this video thus far, even in these 2 keys that you think someone else really needs to hear, I invite you to share this video with them, or at the very least, share some of what you've heard, some of what you've learned already in terms of helping a friend or neighbor or someone else to sort of open their mind to the possibilities that are still available to you. Number 3, and this is going to be posture and balance. Now, I'm putting those 2 things together for the purpose of this video, but truly, posture and balance, they are worthy of their own separate video. And in future videos, I will separate them and unpack them to a much larger bit of detail so we can break that down and help you to understand how you go about doing that. But for purposes of this video, I think they go hand in hand. If your posture is off and you find yourself here, that is going to also compromise your balance. Your head's about 16 pounds when it's here. It's about 35 pounds there, and maybe somewhere in the neighborhood of being close to 40 pounds when it's really out in front of you and your spine is curled. So is that going to impact your balance? Absolutely. And if you were standing like this, that also is a postural deviation. You should be more upright. In the same way, you shouldn't be here, you should be there. So when your posture is in an ideal position, balance is easier to maintain. So I will tell you that posture and balance is something that you really want to put time and effort into. And again, in a future video, I'm going to go in detail and tell you how, not just tell you what you should be doing, but tell you in detail how you go about improving posture and getting stronger. Longevity key number 4 is VO2 max. It's the amount of oxygen that you can actually take in and utilize, and that allows you to be able to move throughout the day, to send oxygen and blood to working muscles, to not feel exhausted just by getting out of a chair or walking in from maybe parking your car into the grocery store. It plays a vital role in terms of keeping our heart healthy. Lots of things that it does. Again, it's what today, how you do it, and how we get there. I'll talk about it again in upcoming videos. But it also is strongly correlated to longevity, strength training, and VO2 max, that cardiovascular component. They're the number 2 things that, above all other things, that make a bigger difference in your ability to live longer and live well. Even more so than other things tend to be detrimental, like diabetes, blood pressure, and smoking. As much as those things push the needle down this way, not as much as strength training and having a high VO2 max push the needle up in a positive way. So anyway, guys, I hope you got some benefit out of this channel. I really want to encourage you to look right here at the video to come. In that next video, we're going to talk about how do you put on muscle and strength even after the age of 60. I am not a big muscular person, but I have enough to be strong and to be fully capable of doing all the things I want to do, as you saw the people in the earlier snapshots and slides happen to have as well. I want to teach you how to do the same. I hope you join us on this journey of really trying to live better next year. And until then, be well and take care of yourselves.